prize in South Beach, Miami at WMC 2010. How was the energy out there? How do you feel?
You know, it was incredible actually. You know, as being special guests, you know, it's also a little bit like, you know, people actually are, you know, they're here for certain DJs. So I find out, you know, that they're well up for it. So, you know, great. The only annoying thing is I couldn't Twitter anything, you know, I couldn't say anything, so yeah, that was incredible, definitely.
So are you really active on Twitter? Do you do a lot of tweeting for your fans?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah, even more and more. I really it grew to like it. It's, you know, at first it was a little bit like, okay, so got this new thing, Twitter, you know, cool, did a message, you know, one a day, and, you know, now really, you know, Twittering, retweeting, it's cool, it's really good.
So I have a couple of questions for you about that. Let's just start with a few basics. So how long have you been DJing?
I think now around 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And so now you're considered the number 10 DJ in the world. So in 7 years, you've become the number 10 DJ in the world, which is an amazing accomplishment.
I'm quite happy with that actually, yeah.
As you should be. So how has Twitter contributed to that success?
You know, Twitter is something that's really personal, and you know, it's a way to really connect with your fans, and also Twittering is not about, oh, I've got a new track out, and oh, please vote for me, or doing this, do that. Twitter is more about, you know, what did I do today? You know, it's a little bit more on a personal level, behind the scenes kind of thing, and people really like that. You know, I got a lot of tweets playing the first golf game, and everybody was like, you know, which hole are you at? I wouldn't know. So what's your handicap? It's not a handicap or anything. So you know, it's really cool. It's a really personal platform, so I like it.
So it just kind of lets you connect with your fans in a very personal way, so they kind of get to know the Sander behind like the big DJ name.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what hole of golf you might be playing on any given day.
Exactly.
So another question for you is, rising so quickly to the top, there are thousands of DJs in the world, traveling the globe. What do you think differentiates you from them, and how have you moved up so quickly?
I think because I have quite a diverse interest for music in general. I like house, I like techno, I like trance obviously. So I try to make a combination between all different styles, and it's quite working out, to be honest. And I like to do extended sets where I start more house and just build it up from there. And I think, yeah, that's what distinguishes myself with the other DJs.
So almost distinguishing yourself by not like pigeonholing yourself into like one genre, but by being a DJ of all trades.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right, okay. And so on that topic, can you tell us a little bit about Trance Energy? And there's a lot of hype around Renegade.
Yeah.
So for your fans, can you just tell us what it is and what it's all about?
Well, in October I got asked by IDT if I could do the theme songs. I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. So I kind of, this is going to be the 4th time playing Trance Energy, one of which I played over in Australia last year. So I kind of took my experience being on stage and kind of made a track that kind of had different elements. It's not really that trancey, but it has a good melodic bass and a lot of contradictions into it. So and it's basically just made for the dance floor. So so yeah, I made the track, sent it, and they loved it. So yeah, cool.
And how is Trance Energy related to Renegade?
Yeah, as I said, it's kind of represents my experience playing Trance Energy, and you know, Holland is a country where you can play quite tough, you can play quite trancey, you can play quite diverse.
Yeah.
And I kind of tried to put that into one song, which was actually quite difficult because, you know, you've got all these different elements, and when you capture it in just one track. But yeah, it's really happy with the result actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you have a tour coming up in the US, and then you have another big tour called Dusk Till Dawn, which is an amazing name.
Oh, well,
so tell us a little bit, tease us, for those of us in the States, about your upcoming US tour, and then your inspiration behind Dusk Till Dawn.
Well, you know, I'm actually, for me, I consider Miami kind of like the start of the tour, but obviously I'm playing Trance Energy next week, so I'm going home first. But after Trance Energy, I'm going to Ballon Blanc, Canada, and after that, that's where my US tour starts. And yeah, there's a lot of dates coming up, basically just all around America. So that's really cool. And yeah, Dusk Till Dawn is kind of like a new concept I have. It's more a DJ concept where I will play with DJs from Doorn Records, which is my record label, and I would do an extended set with special production. And it's all about, as I said, with playing different types of music, really building the night. So when the sun goes down and the sun comes up, so that's the whole idea behind that. And we kind of started it last year around summertime. We kind of piloted a few episodes, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing what responses we got. So yeah, we're going to go all out this year.
Fantastic. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I have to ask another question. For you travel around quite a bit, and you play in a lot of different countries and a lot of different places. So how is the energy in? Is it different from country to country and city to city? And like, what are some of your favorite places to play in?
Well, it's completely different, to be honest. You know, I do like playing over in the US because it's a really warm atmosphere. Actually, I played Beyond Wonderland last Saturday over San Bernardino. That was just incredible. It's like a really good energy going on there. But for instance, I really love playing South America, like Brazil and Argentina. I could play equally diverse, and I played Gas Kitchen a few weeks ago over in Buenos Aires, which was incredible as well. Well, you know, going to Asia, it's a different crowd, but you know, they're just as enthusiastic, but it's just different, to be honest. And I would say Ireland is still one of my favorite countries to play in.
Nice.
They just go insane. They just tear the whole place down.
Is Ireland, is that what you said?
Ireland, yeah, Dublin, yeah.
So with all the traveling and with your focus and your passion for music, how do you stay balanced and focused? Is that difficult?
Yeah, sometimes it is, to be honest. Well, I've got a really, nice place at home, so my girlfriend's there, so that's a good way to balance out. You know, it's after a crazy weekend, I just go home, and just, you know, everything's there, and it's completely customized the way I want it. And yeah, you know, that's basically the way you do it. It's hard to balance things out, to be honest, because you're always on the road. You're always running around after planes, you know, you got the security checks, and that's the only downside of the whole music being a DJ, is the traveling and being at the airports, to be honest. But yeah, I kind of try to balance out as good as possible.
That's awesome. And so there's a little bit of hype. I've read some recent interviews lately saying that, you know, you are already the number 10 DJ in the world, but you could possibly be the number 1 DJ in the world. I mean, what does that mean for you? You've already come so far in such a short amount of time. Is there really, like, is that really such a big difference? I mean, what does that mean?
I personally see it as a big compliment, to be honest. You know, it's a lot of people. Well, obviously, I think they're confident in me achieving more than just being number 10 DJ in the world. But for me personally, it's about developing myself as an artist. It's not so much about numbers and rankings and stuff. You know, I've been really happy with how I developed over the last years. Obviously, I've only been doing this for 7 years, so I can remember 7 years ago it was completely different than it is right now. And I still feel I kind of just started. So there's a lot more to learn, a lot more to do. So yeah, I'm just having fun. That's it.
So have fun, keep it humble, keep it diverse. Don't put yourself into one genre. Play everything that you love. That's pretty much like what sums it up for you.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so you have a US tour coming up, and you have Dusk Till Dawn, and you've got pretty much, you're sitting on top of the world right now, and you lit up our night in Miami tonight. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And we hope we see you again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.